If you're testing anything that talks to Active Directory, you need a real domain controller. Setting one up is the annoying tax you pay before the actual work begins. This does it in 15 minutes on Oracle Cloud's Always Free tier. Let's start on the domain controller. It lives in a private subnet, no public IP. One script handles the Bastion connection. The script creates an OCI Bastion session and waits for it to go active. Then it opens the SSH tunnel. Now we're connected to the domain controller. Samba is running as a systemd service. Active, no errors, worker processes up. The validate script prints everything: IPs, connect commands, how to retrieve passwords. When the Linux server boots, it automatically joins the domain, no manual steps. We SSH into the Linux client as arpatel, a domain user, using the injected password. The ID command shows arpatel's groups. The realm command confirms domain enrollment. We also provision a Windows instance that gets joined to our domain. When the Windows server boots, it joins the domain the same way, automatically, no manual steps. To access the server, first we retrieve arpatel's credentials from the get password script. Remote desktop into the server as arpatel, a domain user. PowerShell confirms it. Domain is mcloud.mycloud.com. Whoami returns arpatel. The Active Directory Users and Computers tool shows the full domain tree with user properties populated. From here we can also launch Server Manager for managing our server. Let's take a look at the architecture before we build. Everything runs inside a single VCN in US Ashburn. The domain controller lives in a private subnet with outbound traffic using a NAT gateway. The client instances live in a public subnet, reachable directly for SSH and RDP. The domain controller runs on Ubuntu 24.04 on an ARM64 A1.Flex instance. That's the Always Free tier. The Linux client is an Ubuntu E4 Flex instance that domain joins automatically at boot. The Windows client is Windows Server 2022 on E4 Flex. Same story, joins at boot. 2 Terraform phases deploy all of this. Node1 directory builds the network, and DC. O2 servers adds the clients. Go to the GitHub link in the description. Clone the repository and run checkenv to verify all prerequisites. If you need help setting up Oracle Cloud and Terraform, check out our Oracle Cloud setup video. Once that's done, run the apply script to kick off the build. The build is completed. Let's go into the console and see what got deployed. This project uses a reusable Terraform module that uses a sentinel and an object storage bucket to signal when the domain controller is ready. You can reuse this module in your own projects. In the OCI console, all 3 instances are running: the domain controller, the Linux client, and the Windows client. The validate script prints everything you need: IPs, connect commands, and how to retrieve passwords. For the domain controller, connect through Bastion. For the Linux client, SH directly using the injected key. For Windows, RDP and using credentials pulled from the get password script. Suppose you want to install Apache on a new Ubuntu server at boot. On AWS, Azure, and Google, it's 2 lines. You would think the same script works on OCI. It does not, it fails. The problem is that OCI executes user data before the instance's network is actually ready. Even with a fully initialized network, DNS isn't reachable yet. The fix is to not assume pull until the network is ready. First, pull for DNS resolution, retry every 30 seconds until NSLOOKUP succeeds. Then confirm outbound internet connectivity with a curl check. Same pattern, retry until it passes. There's also an apt lock raise condition on first boot. apt-get update needs to be retried in a loop with apt update error mode equals any to handle it. What started as 2 lines is now considerably messier. If you know a cleaner solution, drop it in the comments. When you're done, run the destroy script to tear everything down. Clients first, then the network and domain controller. GitHub and README links are in the description. If you found this useful, like and subscribe. And if you're hiring, I would love to connect. See the video description for contact details.